Hey friends, I hope that you are doing well. This weekend, I focused a lot on myself. It was World Mental Health week, and I talked a lot about that on Instagram. I just shared a post. I had this yoga top one that I wear, Be Stronger, and I did a couple posts there. And so that it also wanted me to just take some time off. I usually go live on Sundays. That was yesterday. I didn't, and I just wanted to have like some peace and be content, and that's what I did. I usually post 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram. I only posted twice, and just to start like some conversation and keep the flow kind of going. And I just relaxed this weekend and took some time for myself. So from that, I motivated myself to create some vision boards. You'll see the first few clips will be my vision board. I have some vision boards over my closet that are 2 years old. And then in 2019, I made a vision board table that is my shipping table and my workstation. And then I just created some brand new 4 vision boards that I'm going to share with you. And vision boards to me are exactly what they are. It's just putting my vision down on paper. I don't get too much into manifesting or anything like that. I am a Christian. I do believe that if you write the vision and you make it plain and you see it, then you'll run with it. If it's in your face all the time, you'll run with it. As you can see, I have a calendar here, and above that, I have goals, a huge thing of goals. Some of the things I couldn't do because of the pandemic, but at least 5 of those 10 goals I've accomplished this year or almost there. So I just really think it's important that if it's in my face and if it's something that I want, I'm going to continue to work for it. So I just want to share with you, I'm boring and not a whole lot going on. But I want to just show you what's there, and hopefully, you may see something that will motivate you to push you if you're in a rut. If you don't see any success in your business, where do you need to push yourself? Maybe you need to take a couple days off and relax, relate, release. I don't know if you ever saw A Different World, Debbie Allen and Jasmine Guy. That's their skit. Debbie Allen's the counselor, and Jasmine Guy Whitley goes, to the counselor, and she's relax, relate, release, and just kind of let it all out. So hopefully you'll be encouraged by my vision boards. Okay, so here are 2 vision boards that I made. I think it's going on 2 years. And this is what they look like. And so my husband Thomas and I were, the reason I'm gonna move back just so you can see. I'm holding a selfie stick. I'm taping on my phone, how I tape. So I wanted to just give you a concept of what it looks like, in my space. See, above my closet here. Totally off subject. I'm a mom, so my grandbaby made these pretty pictures. Okay, back to my vision boards. So these are over top of my vision boards. So when I'm sitting in my chair or when I get up and I'm walking around, the inspiration, the goals, the dreams are hitting me smack in the face. And so I'm going to tell you about some of the things that are already come true. So one of the things, my most important thing that I want to do is travel to Ireland. My goal was to do that this year, but of course we're living in a pandemic and I do not want to travel for fun that far away. And I'm pretty sure we probably can't anyway. So Ireland, showing gratitude every day. Of course, vacations again. Now, last year I did a lot of vacationing in 2019. Really focusing on my health. I've been slacking on that, but I'm working on it. Fitness and building strength. So every day I at least try to stretch. Making sure I am healthy and happy, and being positive and showing happiness, even though happiness is a state of mind. I'm more content daily than I am happy. I have happy moments. And my motivation, to me, Oprah's motivation, I don't know about anybody else, but I can speak to me, a regular person, Black, been through stuff, molested, and to college, and she's built up. So I use her as a motivator. And then over here, my business is really growing. And as you can see back This is 2 years old because the business at the time was my crochet business and I was building a brand for that. But I left this up because I'm building a brand and working on some other things, working on freedom and retirement. I don't work for anyone else, but I want to get to the point that I'm comfortable enough that I can just walk away and I can do with the things that I want to do for fun, like nonprofit, volunteering and things like that. Being successful, that's not for other people, that's for me, feeling a place of content and happy. And I need money, of course, to live. I would love to have a new car. I'm 51 and never really had a new car. And so that would be great. If not, just pay cash for something pretty reasonable that I like, and to have a house. Again, I've been in situations where I've never been a homeowner, and I would love that. Thomas and I rent. He's owned homes, but I would love that. And I just want to have like a great kitchen. So these are my vision boards that I currently have. Okay, and then I have a vision board table. I'm not moving that many things because it's going to just take everything off my table, but I'm still hoping for the new car and to be debt-free, large savings, six-figure income. I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be comfortable and have my husband retire, ride a bike. My lifestyle, definitely practicing my yoga. I made this in 2019. I did a lot of traveling last year to Posh Fest and to Boston. And this year, 2020, my goal is not to do a whole lot of traveling because I want to be able to travel for fun. And with pandemic going on, I'm not interested in a fun vacation right now. But I read often, and that's a place that I find peace, just reading. I try to laugh daily. I'm a public speaker. I consider myself to be a public speaker. That happened by accident. Build a community, have an online business. I have that. Technically, I'm a blogger. I have a YouTube channel that's about to be monetized, and I'm living my best life. I found this young lady, and I probably will replace her with a photo of myself, but she was such a zen place, and be humble. That's what I try to be. And I have other things back here. Let me see, here's my laptop. Let me see if I can lift that up. It says, do the things you think you cannot do. That is my quote of life. It's everywhere. There is Oprah again and Michelle Obama. Show gratitude. I want to do that every day. And boost your brain just by reading. I know I'm beautiful. And here's my Rolo. Under there is just eating healthy and staying healthy, the stethoscope. And then here are some beautiful things that are here every day. It used to be just a table where I did my shipping, but I created a shipping station once I treated myself to this Rolo. So it looks like a desk, but technically it's not. I do make my YouTube videos here and I do Zoom, but I use this space for shipping and all kinds of things. But then these are words of wisdom that I have for myself. Make things happen. Make yourself proud, and you are powerful. And so that's my vision board table there. Okay, so the first vision board in my new group of 2020 vision boards is my social media board. I want to really focus on social media. I want to tell you that social media took me by surprise. It embraced me and it welcomed me in such a great way because I just showed up being myself. I have a YouTube channel that's about to be monetized. Today is October 12th. I'm literally 237 hours away from being monetized. I already have the people, the subscribers. And the thing that surprised me the most with YouTube was I walked away from YouTube for a year. I kept my channel. I literally did nothing to it. I started off on YouTube in January 2019. And I just felt because this community, more in the reselling community, wasn't embracing me or wasn't interested in what I had to say. So I went over to Instagram and just delved in 100% and left those early videos. I think it was 30 videos sitting there. When the pandemic and Black Lives Matter and different things started happening in the early part of the year, I decided that, you know what, now it's time for education, because that's kind of what I think I do. I try to teach more than anything else. So I was like, oh, now I think people to be ready for me. So May 2020, I jumped back onto YouTube and just came right in with, teaching Facebook Shop and Pinterest and Macari how to ship and things like that. And people really started, that resonated with people because they wanted to be educated and see how they could grow, because now people really were starting, they needed that information, that food to feed them to grow their businesses. So in May 2020, I was at 130 subscribers. Today, October 12th, 2020, I'm at 1,180 subscribers, and again, 237 watch minutes, hours away from being monetized. And I'm like, to me, it's amazing. Other people can, gauge their progress by other people, and I don't get a lot of people, don't really watch me that much. I look at my videos and go, oh, 94 views, and I could get like, wow, why aren't people watching me? But they are. I mean, like, that's the reality. And I think slow organic growth is really important. So here is my vision board. Now, my growth, I'm trying to focus on my YouTube. I'm about to be monetized. For people who don't know, if you go into the monetization settings on YouTube, it will tell you how many people, how many subscribers you need to become monetized and how many watch hours. So you need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 watch hours. And currently I have 1,180, 3 as of this morning, and it's 3,000 something. So I have 237 left that I need watched hours. And so my goal is to monetize, and it was before December, but then going forward, how can I make that monetization, do something for my business? Okay, so growth all around, and growth doesn't mean financially. When I started these processes, like with Instagram and Pinterest, my goal was not, oh, let me get on Instagram so that I can make money, and just, it totally surprised me. My growth on Instagram is amazing, and I want to see how it can progress. So I'm just going to push myself to get better, learning reels, figuring out what kind of stories people want to see every day, what kind of IGTV videos, not as long as maybe a YouTube video, but going back to what I used to do, those 10-minute videos to kind of like feed your soul, give you a little teaching, and just see what happens, going live once or twice a week, and just really building that organic growth and really speaking to the community of people. My business is growing beyond this. I'm going to show that vision board in a few minutes, but this is the first board that I'm focusing on because they are growing the most and where people are present. So social media is really important for me this year. And it's simple. It doesn't have to be over the top. And this is that. Okay, so my second board, I'm focusing on my podcast. Now, it's not going to be as much with this because the podcast, I'm really stuck as to where I want to grow with that. I started off in April 2019 with just an idea to do a reselling podcast. I'm pretty sure there were other resellers out there doing podcasts, and it didn't even occur to me to go look. I just started talking about what I talk about every day on Instagram, and what I talk about on YouTube was tips and tricks, motivating, self-care. Had my first guest on, which was a friend of mine who was a reseller, and it kind of went from there. The growth has been organic. I only have sponsorship through the app, which sponsors me. I don't have any companies or anything like that. And to me, it's just too much work, and it's not that kind of project for me. I really only do it more for fun. I do make money from it. I mean, I can get on a plane or stay at a hotel with the money that I make from my podcast, but that you can find other people to support you in that so that you can run ads and things like that. But for me, it's if I wasn't doing well in other businesses, then I would be concerned. I would really focus on that. So I'm really stuck as to what I want to do with the podcast. And normally what happens to me, it comes to me in like a dream where I want to go. I was going to like leave the podcast alone, but then again, the thought came to me, well, why not just produce content from the lives? I host lives on YouTube, and also having a weekly session called Leslie's Red Chair Chronicles, which I was already providing tips and tricks, but it makes it more fun to call it something. So I sit in my red chair and I just record on my app. I don't use a mic and all that, and I just create my podcast. So I'm going to show you this vision board. Okay, so here's the the podcast vision board. There's me with my mic. This was from Posh Party Live in New York, and they gave me this little plastic microphone, and I just think it's awesome. And so there's my podcast. I want to always have organic growth with it, so I still have more opportunity to figure things out. So that's what this space is. I didn't want to push it, and I didn't want to pretend like I had an idea. So that's what the vision board is for me to continue to grow with it. And then as ideas come to me, then that will be here so that I can start implementing as it comes to me. I'll start putting more words or pictures there. But that's the podcast. I'm creating opportunity for myself with the empty space. I may be stuck now, but something will come to me with this. Okay, so with my fourth vision board, it's my new baby, my new projects that are coming. I've had people ask me, where am I growing and where am I going? I happen to be a business owner. I happen to resell, but from everything that I'm doing, reaching out, being on people's podcasts and being a part of other groups, opportunities have come my way to speak at little venues, to again be on people's podcasts, to speak to their groups. I do Zoom chats. For people who only think that I'm a reseller, I am not. I'm actually a business owner who resells, and it's only 45% of my business, if that. It seems like a lot when you are in a community that's only focused on reselling, but what I do is I also teach people who are non-resellers how to resell. I currently have an ebook called the Reseller Survival Guide, and I also have a Pinterest 101 ebook on my brand new site. So I just started a new business called a Reseller's Passion Masterclass, where I'm going to be teaching people who are not resellers how to sell, but also I'm creating a platform for business owners to get together and network. So I have a Facebook group. I'll leave the information in the comments if you're interested in joining. I don't take everyone because it's not a reseller platform. It's for people who want to network, who are interested in coaching, who are interested in hosting courses, who are interested in webinars, who are interested in teaching, coming into my community so that we can have a network. It's for anyone, but for the most part, women are the ones who join specifically. So this next vision board will show you the vision is already started, and I'm already working on a lot of things that are in place. Okay, so this vision board is based on my new business. I already started. The first thing I did last year it's actually this year, February 2020. On February 16th, 2020, I released an ebook called The Reseller Survival Guide. And originally it was practical advice for resellers. Then I was on somebody's, in August, I was invited to come on a non-resellers podcast, and on Instagram alone. At the time, she had 228,000 followers on Instagram. And I went on not knowing what would happen. Just, she wanted a reseller and she was following me and watching my podcast. And the day that it went live, my ebook started selling. So I decided, you know what, let me start doing something in the mainstream and teaching other people. And I already was. I've gotten consultations. I do one-on-one consultations. I've been selling tons of ebooks. So I started a new website. I printed out my ebook and rewrote almost the whole ebook. Went through, made corrections, took things out that weren't necessary. So it's the Reseller's Passion Survival Guide. Now there's practical advice for the aspiring reseller. And so this has been a game changer. And so now I'm going to be making some courses. I eventually want to have a paid membership group for people, because people are constantly asking me questions and want information, and it's growing beyond, as a reseller, you're probably like, yeah, I'm not going to pay, but there are people who want the knowledge and who want to learn. That's opportunities for everybody to do. I don't believe in somebody who's going to pay you to learn how to do Poshmark, but you can just teach people how to be a reseller across the board, right? So, and also webinars, I'm working on those, which the courses and the webinars are going hand in hand on my resellers masterclass. And then I also am working on building my branding. So this is this vision board as I continue to grow. this is, the vision is plain. So the final board, I think, is more specifically for me. I don't think I do know. And it's about me. I'm over 50. I'm a female. I have a lot going on in my life. I'm going to be moving soon. And I haven't been taking care of myself because I'm always taking care of everyone else. There are long periods that I'm taking care of myself, but then somebody needs me here and the phone's ringing there, or I'm like deep in the business and I haven't taken care of myself. Weeks go by and I haven't exercised. Weeks go by and I haven't done yoga. So I want to, again, create a board specifically for me to allow me to grow just as Leslie. Okay, so this is my personal vision board. The goal every single day is to practice self-love. Self-love is really important. If you don't love yourself, no one else is going to. You don't need another person to define you. It took me a long time to get to that place. I love my husband. I love my children. But what if one day they all went away? How would I survive? So loving myself is really important. Motivating myself is really important. And it's not just me, oh, girl, but just by the things that I watch, the things that I see, everything that I put into here and put into my body is motivating me to be stronger and better. I love coffee. So if anybody knows me, I'm a yogi, vinyasa yoga. Started practicing that about 10 years ago. I'm over 50. I love plants all around my office. I was neglecting my plants for a while, but I decided that's what I have to stop doing. I have to stop neglecting the things that I love. So I started working on my plants again and just inviting green. You can see some plants back there, and just inviting green back into my life. I read every single day, more so for pleasure than self-development. I do like self-development books, so I do try to get myself to read about 6 a year. That this is what works for me. I don't speak to anybody else. I'm motivated enough that I don't need to, I love to learn, and I can find all of that by watching a YouTube video that could play in the background or something like that. But I read whatever I want to read. I've always been that way. Laughing, exercising, and that's myself. That's for me, my personal board here. Hey friends, I hope you like this video, me sharing my mini vision board and my vision table. Hopefully you may be motivated to create your own. If you would like help or assistance, just put a message down in the comments, send me a DM at A Reseller's Passion. On Instagram, I can do a tutorial. I can put a Zoom group together. We can have a vision board party. Whoever's on Poshmark, I did that as a Posh and Sip last year. And it's a lot of fun just to kind of sit with friends and, do a vision board party. I think that would be a lot of fun for people to do. So let me know if you're interested. And if you do like this video, I would appreciate if you subscribe, hit the reminder, and give me a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate you, friends.